It's UFC Vegas 62, and we got the meat slingers in this one. Grill that slab, slap that meat if you're new before we break it down. But it's the light heavyweights in this one. Meet Alonzo Menifield, aka Atomic Alonzo, taking on Mita Cirkunov. And at 15 and 8, this is a guy who has been jumping around weight classes. You don't really love to see it. And most recently, it's been just pretty rough for the Canadian Latvian fighter. I mean, he's dropped 3 straight. Got absolutely smoked by your boy, faux foul Wellington Turman, and before that he lost to Christoph Jocko. That at middleweight in a fight where I honestly thought that was like the most competitive Cirkunov we've seen in the last couple of years, but back at 205 for some reason. And then before that, got absolutely smoked by Superman Span. So makes sense why he's a plus 175 dog against Atomic Alonzo, who has won 3 of 4, 4 of 5, 7 of 9. I mean, the only losses this guy has are 2 pretty decent fighters, a peak OSP, Devin the Brown Bear Clark early on, and you would love to see that fight ran back at some point. And then he does have the loss to William Knight, which is a little sketchy, probably isn't aging gracefully for sure. But what are your thoughts on how this 205 match plays out? Is Menifield due to get another statement finish, start to like fight those real top 15, top 10 light heavyweight guys, or is Cirkunov ready to just smoke Atomic Alonzo?
Yeah, I don't think Cirkunov is ready to smoke anyone except maybe someone over at BKFC, because that's exactly where I see him going. You know, Alonso had a loss, then he's come off that nice KO first round versus Askar, the future GO, but also maybe he's 10 and 50. I don't know. His records, that was skewed. That was very bizarre. So hard to say if this is a guaranteed win or not. The odds are pretty wild in my opinion. I don't really see this. In my opinion, I don't think he should be a 2-1 favor. I think maybe, I don't know, a minus 125, 150, because Misha could definitely get this done. He shouldn't, but he definitely could. I mean, if people are basing Menifield's performance off that random bomb he knocked out, I don't know, but hopefully he's going to ride that train and keep that confidence going, and that's what he needed. Because like you said, you know, those few losses he had, one didn't age well, but William Knight, that was peak William Knight, let's be honest. He was a savage then, and he's just been going downhill since. So Alonzo Menifield definitely seems like he has been improving. He's definitely going to have the size. He's definitely going to be a thicker boy, and he should be way stronger than Misha. Misha's a 185er. He's fighting at 205. I don't know. I haven't seen much good from him as we've seen the last 3 fights. Not the best. So I think this is going to be an early finish. First round, someone's getting finished. And I got to lean with Menifield on this one. I don't like the odds, but I'm definitely going to check out the props to see if they're a little more juicier.
Yeah, very nice. Maybe like some Menifield finish, maybe early under 2.5. It'd be interesting to see what kind of numbers you're getting for sure. And to your point, Misha is kind of sneaky, right? Where like he loses to a lot of guys, but his finish wins are over guys that you're like, wait a second, Misha Cirkunov beat him. Like he had that performance of the night submission over Jimmy Crute. That was very early first round, and also has submission victories over Nikita Krylov, who has been picking up hella victories recently, and your boy Iwan Laba, who loves to get submitted apparently. But nonetheless, those are some pretty decent wins. So like if he went out here and was able to use his BJJ and get a submission over Alonzo Menifield, just inspecting the resume, that wouldn't be the most insane thing for sure. And if we look at Menifield's wins, you touched on his most recent one over Askar Majarov, who the Ukrainian McGregor. No one knows what his true record was, but that guy was absolutely awful, and a lot of the other guys Menifield beat have been pretty awful as well. I mean, wins over Vinicius Mojeda, who never picked up a UFC win. An aging Ed Herman, obviously a lot of love for the OG Ed Herman, but has double-digit losses. And then Fabio Charant, who also isn't good. He does, however, have that nice win over Paul Craig. So we've seen him get the victory over Paul Craig, but to your point, it has been a lot of bumps for sure. I just tend to think that Cirkunov, at this point in his career, jumping around weight classes, falls more in that bum category, and Menifield's going to get a finish in this one. I see him smothering him, and I don't know if Cirkunov is hopeful to have some sort of advantage on the mat against Menifield. I don't think it's happening, because at this point in their careers, Menifield just seems way too strong, way too solid, and I honestly see him having the advantage even on the mat. But I could see Menifield cracking him with something on the feet early and then finishing it down there. or just smother like he's been doing recently and grind something out over Misha Cirkunov. But with you all the way, gonna take Menifield. I like the idea by finish. So, any last thoughts?
No, great point. And yeah, I like the finish just like you on this. You guys throw in the comments who you got. You got Alonzo by KO, or does Misha somehow grind this one out?